Good morning, Age of Origins, guys. Camel has released in-game messages to nations that are going to be merged in April, like the next couple of days. We have a list so far, and we're going to go through them, and I'm sure the list is going to grow. But from overnight, so far we have 928 merging into. Now they haven't had the chaos line yet, so it's going to be 928 and 1035, 929 and 1017, 953, 1024, 968, 1000, 957, 1011, 1047, 1082, 1062, 1083, 1068, 1056, 1077, 1093, 1121, 1131, 1128, 1169, and then you got so far that's been verified 4 lock nations, 1249 and 1253, 1261 and 1267. So we are definitely going to check these out because these are like these are nations we really haven't seen on my lives. So we're gonna go ahead and check. Anyone in here that's in any of those nations right now? Or does anyone know anything about those nations right now?
1128 here.
Okay, 1128. All right.
Pretty young for merging. You must be dead.
Hey, we're not that bad.
All right, so I'll tell you what to do. We'll check yours out too right now, because you're in here, and you now. Do you want me to evaluate your nations?
I go for it. Put it all on the table.
Put it all on the table. Put it all on the table. And there's plenty of people here that can, that we know right around you're at. So, so 1128. Okay, it's good. The whole wrong globe.
How old is 1128? 8 months?
No, 1st of February was the conception.
Okay. So just over a year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's pretty short time for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, I've already seen people in like the late 1200s, asking for merge. I'm like, whoa, like you guys got a long ways to go. Okay, so
Yeah, I don't think any of them know exactly what they're asking for either.
No, they don't. They see what happens is they start a civil war because they can't figure out that everyone wants to be the top alliance. I get that. So they start a civil war. People die, people leave, so on and so forth, and they think that, oh, we're dead. We need a merge. We need a merge no matter what. And what they don't realize is when they get a merge, they start seeing other merged nations, and if they're not up to par, game the fuck over. Like
not just that too. I've been noticing that we've got quite a few of some cocky whales in these newer nations, and they're just killing everything, and then they get bored.
Well, yeah, they do. But so what happens usually at that is like they'll get too cocky, they end up getting a merge, and then they end up going up against another whale nation, and they don't bubble, and they end up getting zeroed out. I've seen it happen so many times.
Or a
so many
non-whale
times.
nation with a lot of participation and strong guys and get smacked because they didn't learn about team yet.
Well, not only about the team, it's just like, for instance, we're just gonna say 1128. I'm not saying you guys have a 41 yet, and you don't. But let's say they had a 41. Up there, you don't have to bubble. No one's gonna fucking touch you. You know what I mean? So they can just play around, like with their balls out and everything, and not have to worry about it. But once you get the merger, and you start going against people like 904 or 1016 or those mega whale nations that can literally eat you up in one hit, they learn a lesson, and at that point they're like, well, do I still want to keep playing? And that I've seen it happen so many times. All right, so this is 1128. You got 136, and you guys are just over a year, or just right at that point right now.
Yeah, 14 months, I'd say.
All right. You got 136.
Hey, Woody, just popping in to say there's been a couple additions I'm posting right now.
Okay, yeah, post it. All right, let me delete this real quick and re-update that. I keep it over here on a secondary, so I don't have to keep scrolling down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
That's just the safest way to do it. So we're gonna be checking this one.
I can't say.
All right. So
I'm assuming, Woody, did these nations didn't even get a chance to send their VIP
no, so
a list? It was just you're getting this.
yeah, the VIPs didn't even reach out to anyone. They just said in game they got the golden ticket and that's it.
No,
Is
from what I
is that
saw,
a
people
common
got
thing?
notices. People got notices, and like 20 minutes later, there was an in-game mail.
Sounds about right.
Is this a common thing or this is a very rare thing?
Usually a VIP will reach out a day, maybe 2 days at max, to let like the VIP members know, hey, this is what you're getting. But so to see that it was like how what you said, the VIP reached out and then 20 minutes the golden ticket's there. This is the first time I've heard of it. So, either way,
Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
yeah, maybe I don't know, I don't know. So right now, 11-28, they got a 36, a 35. Let's see how many 34s you got. All right, so you got 19 and above 34s. Let me look at your guys' BP. 38, okay, and then you kill. Okay, so you like you like to fight, Houdini. You like to
I
fight.
just like to burn shit.
Well, yeah. Now let me ask you: are these from Void or is these in Nation?
Probably say around 50-50 from the original kill days, the 3-day kill days,
Okay,
and then the rest go into void.
okay. All right, gonna look at your officers. You're actually not doing that bad. You're right on par. You were right on
Yeah.
par. 8-3 at 36. That's not bad, dude. At all. And this guy, he's not that bad either. You know, you guys are. Yeah, you guys are not that bad. You guys are right on par where you should be. At least at like the top four. Let's check out your Titans. Okay, so you got a 1 gold and 1 purple.
Two
Warplane.
gold.
Oh, is that 2 gold now?
Yeah, so I think Eric's got 2 gold as well. I think his Queen's up to level 3 gold now as well.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. 2 gold at level 36, dude. Cha-ching! I'm just saying. I know that grind. And then warplanes. You got a gold plane. Eric's got a gold plane. Dark's got a gold plane.
Eric's still purple,
They're-
and DG is purple. Dark General's purple, but he's got a couple more blues.
Okay, so
He likes his polar event.
that's what made up the numbers, the points then.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell him to push for that gold, and then the purple afterwards.
Yeah, he's speaking to Visa about it and MasterCard, but they keep denying things right now.
Of course they are. And then you guys are. Let's see if you guys are organized. You guys are organized, except for this guy, for the most part. So you guys gonna, well, being you guys are gonna get merged. Don't worry about this guy because you're gonna end up switching out. I want to see 1169. That's who you're gonna merge with.
Yeah, they're a good bunch. We're chatting already. I think a lot of people are chatting in the mergers. They got a 37. They got a little bit of a rebel by the sounds of it, by the name of Rebel, who's X791 from what I hear.
791, huh? Let me pull this
I
up.
kind of feel bad for these guys, Woody. Like, I mean, I'm not throwing shade on them, but like, if these guys, they're getting merged, and if they come up against nations like mine or around me, man, they're gonna get fucking smashed.
Well, I mean,
It
unfortunate. Okay,
sucks.
so someone asked for this. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Someone asked for this. A new nation such as like where you guys are at. Someone reached out to their VP and asked for it, and they looked at everything, the stats, they looked at your nation, so on and so forth, their activity, and they're like, okay, good luck. Um, anyways, it was asked for. Don't know who, but it was definitely asked for. All right, so power ranking. So they got 45, and that's 37. You're gonna have to teach them how to kill, because what the hell? Top guy not killing. Yeah. All right, so man, 40-40. Like their 34 is killing more. What is going on? That's a
You've
little.
seen his individual reputation though, right? It was like 50 something thousand, so he's probably doing everything but void.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably doing some void, but yeah, he's doing everything but.
Wonderful.
That's got to change. As one of the top players, he's got to be there. He's got to be. Sorry, Zeus, JJ. So let me ask you, what is your plans? You guys got plans already?
They're still on the table. We're kind of just discussing with them. I think the biggest question comes down to which nation wants to hold the old name. Does it want to be 1128 or 1169? They throw it in saying, "Hey, we got 69 in the name. What's not to go with?"
There's there's
Realistically, go with whoever has the higher void winning rate. Is one way, and then of
that's
course
one way,
you're
but then you got the buildings to
yeah.
go with too. In fact, this would be perfect to pull up that one. Wait, hold on, huh?
Yeah, Houdini, go through both nations and get a count for what type and how many of each for the benefit buildings.
This would be
Okay, the companion. Yeah, I've heard about this.
yeah, this would be perfect. Oh man, I don't think
Is
I have.
this in the Viber, not the Viber, the Discord chat? Because
Yeah,
this would be
yeah, it's up
useful.
there in the announcements.
Okay.
So
Hey,
I haven't really been.
I'm on Woody.
Okay, he's on.
Houdini, if you want some help, I can help you guys map out your nation. And that goes for anyone.
Yeah, so
Who's merging? I haven't released the
well,
merger dashboard part, the one that shows like the benefit buildings and the comparison of people. I can
which
probably release that this week. I didn't realize mergers were coming up so fast.
I
I
don't
thought I had more time.
honestly, no one did. No one did it. So
Everyone thought it was gonna be after GC.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Not me.
I'm looking at the. I want to see the numbers between war and farm and all that other shit, and that would be
Yeah, it's
easy.
in merger dashboard. I haven't released that part yet. But
Okay.
I have to like the people have to map their own nation to do that as well. So it'll probably take a bit of time, but I can help people this week if they reach out.
Okay, but you have a merger. Where is the merger dashboard so I can?
I gotta like I only gave you like a bit more access, but I can show like a screenshot of it if you
Yeah,
just
do
wanna.
that. Do that. Do that. Because we want people to have the best kind of educated guess on what nation to go to and why.
Yeah, if you give it the word.
But while we're waiting for that, let me ask you, Houdini, uh, what is going to be your basic rules for your nation? And just remember, whatever rule you put in there, it has to stay till next merger. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna add this rule. Oh, I'm gonna add that rule. I'm gonna add this rule. So whatever rules you make now, they have to stick in stone. Whether you want to change them or not, keep them that way. All right.
Who did you just put in the chat? He had to drop. Probably getting ready for work.
Okay. Okay. So this is a perfect comparison right here, guys. So you can see over here, food production, oil, so on and so forth, and then you got the war. This is what you're going for right here. Like whatever nation has the war buildings and they have the better amount of them, like that's the one you want to pick. Sometimes they're close, but like if you look right here, the melee HPs, they got 23 buff buildings of that versus the other one only has 20. So if you just keep looking down the road and compare it, you would definitely say, okay, well, 279's got better. So you're gonna want to go that way, that route. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, so this one's alliance tech for picking the top alliance, and then I sent another screenshot, which was the benefit building.
Okay.
And this is comparison between nation 111, 1110, and 1115.
Okay.
But like I said, and anyone who wants some help, like putting this number or view together, I can help them with it. And
Just know what you're getting yourself into.
yeah,
Just know
yeah,
what
for
you're getting
sure.
yourself into.
It's a good proof of concept. See,
Yeah.
Yeah, in this
how much we can
context, only if you're in the mergers.
So if you look here, guys, you got the mechanical shops. You got 18 there and 17 on that one. Military 26 versus 24. War factories 18 versus 14. So so obviously, at this point, I would definitely say, hold on, who is that?
Sorry,
Okay.
I'll excuse you.
Hey, mainly you want to mute your mic. So where did it go?
Excuse you, mister.
So obviously you're gonna want to pick like 115 because they got more benefit
What the-
buildings than the other. You know what I mean? That kind of mainly. Can you mute your mic, please? Anyways, thank you. All right, so do you understand what I'm saying, Houdini? Hope you
I
don't.
think he had to drop.
Oh, he left. Okay. Well, okay. Well, anyone that's watching, that's like the best comparison that you can do because, for instance, imagine only having 13. If you had the war factories and you only had 13, and then the other nation had 19, obviously, or right here is a good comparison. Right here, 18 versus 14. You're losing 4, of the war factories. That's a big deal, guys. That's a huge deal. So, and then obviously, I would take a guess 115, 115, 1115. I'm sorry. If they have a better void rate, go that way as well. Okay, so this nation is going to be a little. It's hard to call, but We're gonna start back up at 928. That one's gonna be hard. They do look like they're on a good path though. So
One more question, Woody, about that. Would you consider that a non-whale merge? Like honestly, that merge is pretty surprising to me.
I'm going to say that 37 in 1028 or 36 in 1128 is possibly a good merger or a good whale because his officers are right where they should be versus some people that they'll have a huge city but the officers just are fucking garbage. So at that point they're just buying uranium and trying to push the city versus actually building it. So I can potentially see him actually being a whale, like eventually.
Yeah, makes sense. Like
Not
well-rounded and just a
yeah
little bit behind on
yeah
like
like
overall.
no, I'm not talking about like Ronaldo kind of whale, but I'm talking about like he'll be a 41 eventually, uh, pretty soon. Like we all
Yeah,
know about those mega whales.
like the
that are
1100s are just stacked. It's
yeah
insane.
yeah well
Yeah.
that's
So I mean, maybe that's why they're trying to help them out. It's just
maybe
surprising that they didn't get like it once we get to 1093, and their merge, like you'll see, it's like a whale merge plus a nation like we just looked at.
oh boy. Oh boy, that can be good and bad. All right, so we got 1028. Let's see what they got cooking. So they already got a 40 in 928. We just want to make sure this is right. Yeah, 928. Already got a 40 there. Guy's got 70 million, so he's just at that point where he can still hide his troops, but he's borderline. 37s, not bad. I feel that they are.
This nation's alright, Woody.
What's that?
I fought this nation. They're alright.
Are they? Well, they're all in the same
Yeah,
alliance, so I mean that other under this guy, but they're all in the same
I think
alliance. So
when
that's
we fought them in Frenzy, and I think they showed up with about like 30 people. This was a while back too, so they fight. You know what I mean?
well, honestly, that's what you want is fighters. I mean, this guy's right where he's right where he should be too. So I mean, definitely, definitely doing something right. All right. I do want to check and see how many 34s they got. Oh, they got a lot. They
Yeah,
got,
they're ready. They're
yeah,
they're ready.
yeah, they're ready. They're ready. All right. And the Titans, oh yeah. And they're going with 1035. That's a jump.
If they were smart, they should. I mean, I would go to 1035 if I was them. I'd get out of our globe.
I mean, yeah.
There's just too much. There's just too much whales in Globe 11. I would just get out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get the whole technology and war billions that we were just talking about, but if you're able to get out a whole entire globe and go to like an easier globe, yeah. I mean that's no brainer. Not now. That's not saying that the next globe is easy, because it might not be. But that comes, the whole research and shit. So that's 1035. They're teaming up. They're going to be merging with. Here we go. See what they got. 338s. Okay. Well, they're kind of split up. You only got the top 5. Okay, never mind. They only got, they take a jump. So these 335s are different. Okay, so that's not gonna be too bad, because you can see these guys. Let's see where they're at. Actually, the officers.
Oof.
38 at 8. Yeah, that's. Mm,
Yeah.
7s. Okay, I mean, at 40, I mean, he's definitely gonna want to uh, merge everyone into one alliance. But I can tell you that 40 is gonna be the nation, uh, the nation ruler. You know what I mean? He's
The,
gonna
the
be
R6.
the R6, the guy that literally uh, says what's gonna happen. All right, moving on. Did hold on. Oh man, they got some work to do. They got some work to do. What can you say? Let's see if they're killers. I mean, this guy kills. This guy kills. I mean, in 1035, the guy's kills. But
What is the age gap here? Maybe 5 months. About 100 nations, right?
what do you mean by that?
920 and 1035. That's over 100 nation difference. I'm trying to think the timeline. What is it? Maybe like 5 months
I'd say
older.
about 6 months.
6 months.
Right around
So
there.
I mean, I guess growth wise, not too bad, but still.
Yeah, I mean the growth wise, but this, as you can see, when it comes like we just checked the odds. We didn't even check the Titans. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know why, Woody? We have to try to remember now when we compare officers in nations, we got to minus like anywhere from 1 million to 2 million because of the officer equipment.
Well, I mean,
If you
yeah,
if you know what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying, but you would think
like
because
where we thought 38 should be at a certain age or whatever now is a little different because of the officer equipment. Is all I'm saying.
yeah, so you'd probably add like 500,000 to it.
Yeah,
Then,
yeah.
then that would be like the new average. So like this 30 here should have been like what, 10 and a half as an
Yeah,
average.
I was gonna say about 11 million, 11 and a half.
Yeah, well, give or take.
Strong.
So I mean, he's a little bit behind. If anyone knows who this guy is, just tell him stop what he's doing, stay where he's at, and push those officers. That way he doesn't go in to be a 41 and he's sitting only at 10. That's not good. All right, jumping in 929 is the next nation that's being merged. 929. I'm really shocked that 923 is not on this list. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really shocked they're
Well,
not on this list.
they're actually happy because they've seen who's on the list and they're like, okay, we just dodged more landmines.
Okay, I get that.
So them in 896 are just like, oh, it's getting even better.
I mean, honestly, if the other big nations that are out there are still on that list and they didn't make, this merger, I mean, you're kind of like weeding out the people to where when you do get it, you might really get them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So 929 has a 41, and a 40, and a 39. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then it drops. Let's see how many 34s they got. Oh yeah, they're ready. Yeah. Well. Yeah, they're about ready. They ain't too bad. Let's go back into city rankings. I see that they have a little bit of disputes, but majority of them are on the top. So I'm sure they'll finger it out. You see what I did there? Finger it out. But like
Motherfucker, you.
the 40 is right where he should be. I mean, give or take. Actually, maybe a little bit behind, but he's growing. You can see that 12.6 ain't bad. That's not too bad at all. But the 38, he's got some work to do. Whoa, whoa. The 40 is only at 7.
Someone told him the T13s, man, the T13s.
Well, yeah. I can't
That's
say
that's what it is, Woody. I mean, don't get me wrong, the troop tier does make a difference, but
It does.
it's not to the point where you should be skipping other things.
So this BP right there, or the officers, I'm sorry, with T13s, I mean, you would think is about 1,000, maybe 1,100 attack, and probably even at melee HP. But as a 40, yeah, as a 40, that's he's got a little work to do. He's got because
There's a lot of work to do.
yeah, he's contending with and please don't with the T13s. He's contending with 37s right now.
So our 37 would smash that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, agreed. We got a 37 Rambo. He would bust him up good.
all right.
But what did I just get hit by? A 37? I'm a 40. You're not really a 40.
But guys, look at this. Look at this. These guys are fighters. This is a kill ranking. These guys are fighters. So I mean, we can talk shit all we want about the guy, but they fight. So and we all know team is what makes it. So even if he is a little bit behind and he joins as a team, he is going to count. Those T13s are going to count because as a team they might bring the percentage down a little bit, but they're still going to be strong. But solo is a different story. A different story. All right, they're going to be merging with 1017. Isn't that? Correct me if I'm wrong. No, I'm thinking of 1016. The old Hoffa. Let's check out 1017. Wait, isn't that Black's Nation?
No,
Well,
Black is
That's
1020.
1020.
All right, I was close.
Black did make a city here because somebody talked some shit to him and he started some drama there. That's it.
Gotcha. All right, so they have a 38 there, 37, and then it does drop, and then 32, 34 and above. I don't know if this nation is ready for merger, but it's coming. It's coming. But I would if I was 929, because the 100, that's almost 100 nations. I would move to 1017 just to get out of that globe. You know what I mean? Because they're in a globe where you got 904. They're not gonna win that. And here's a reality of it is after they get merged, they might be seeing 904 in Void. That's the reality of mergers, guys. All right, so the 38. Let's check and see where the officers are.
I mean, have you seen who 904 has been playing in Void? It's been like Camel's making them feel sorry for 904 kind of situation.
Well, I mean,
Ironically, their void opponent is on this list.
Oh God. When we get there, say something.
Yeah.
But this 38, I mean, 38 is right where he should be. 10, maybe. Yeah, he's probably where he is.
Yeah, Trump's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Well, he better be. He's representing Trump.
Good old tariffs. Anyways, this ain't bad. This ain't too bad. Let's see what I think I see this person actually in the chat. Thought I seen him. I was wrong. 36 at 5. Was that 5? All right, that's gonna be. I hope that you can see they're all in one alliance. So they got a good thing going on. So hopefully they can take what they got going on here, figure out what nation they're gonna go in. Personally, like I said, I would go into 1017, because it'll get them out of the globe with all the other huge monsters, and they might be able to contend in GC and other whatever globe events there are, and get the top guys in one alliance, because that's gonna have to happen. Not that they're getting merged. They're gonna need to make sure they're in the top alliance, like all the big guys. Period. Sacrifice what you gotta sacrifice. Let Eagles get to the side, even if you don't want to. Just do it. Just get it done. All right, next one. Next one is, let me mark this one real quick. And we'll move to 953. Not 53. I'm shocked we're not getting one, honestly. 953.
Yeah, I figured back-to-back voids with 1019 we would get one, but apparently that ain't the case either.
Camel has other plans for you.
Are you sure the list is final, Woody?
The list is not final. Not that there's got to be more. But I know I've already reached out to my VIP, and they said nope. Woody, you are not getting it. All right, 953.
I'm not going to get into specifics, but I think you remember there was a shuffle when one nation said no to another nation last time around. So I wonder if we'll hear more in a week. I can see, I don't know who, I'm not talking about anyone specifically, but
Right.
I can see one whale rejecting one merge, and that shuffles everything.
Well, I don't know.
That's not announced. Everything that's announced is done, I'm sure.
Right. I don't know if Camel's allowing the rejecting anymore.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know anything, man.
No, I mean, no, you are right about that, because I did hear about that. Okay, so 41, a 40, 37. They're a little split up, but they're not doing too bad. But they got the golden ticket, so they can't even decline it now. Like, I think that was the whole reason why the VIPs stopped telling them beforehand, so they don't have that option anymore. All right, let's see how many 34s they got. So 51 34s and above. But let's see how strong this 41, the top players are. All right. This guy's decent. This guy's not bad. That's 41. 13-8. 37. Where is that 40? Whoa. A 40 at 8-2. Okay. Okay, he's got some work to do with his officers right off the bat. Right off the bat, he needs to really push those officers. Titans. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, not too bad. Planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, maybe 6 gold planes. I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And they're going to be merging with 1024. Guys, if this is your nation that we're on, speak up. definitely speak up. So we can figure out if you're in civil war, so on and so forth. 1024.
Woody, are any of these nations in the GC finals or the semi-finals? I just feel like they've potentially picked some low-hanging fruit of nations that aren't in those kind of latter stages or weren't in those later stages of those competitions and announced the mergers on them. I might be wrong, but I don't know. Is there any of these nations in finals or even in the semi-finals?
That is a that is a good question. That is a good question. I don't know if any of these, if anyone's in
From
these.
what I know, almost none of them.
Okay, so
There might be some that were in semis, as 1093 was in semis apparently, but I don't know of any of these that were in finals.
that'd be interesting to see if that's what's being used now.
Or these are the nations that were begging and begging VIP, and VIP was like, you know what? Here.
Here you go. Good luck.
Because these are going to merge before the final, right? Like this is scheduled for next Friday, day before the finals.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that would make sense. Can you imagine people in finals being merged and locked out during freaking finals? for what, 6 hours, 12 hours, so on and so forth? Oh, that would be, oh man, people would be pissed.
It'd be a very Camel thing to do.
Yeah.
I could say in the 1100s, no. None of them are in the finals.
All right.
At least in mine.
And by looking at the 900s, I would know who would be in the 900s, and none of these guys would be in the 900s either. But I do find it it is weird that you're seeing a lot of 900s going into the thousands. So maybe Camel is thinking like, well, they are not going to be able to match up to the other nations in the 900s, so they're trying to push them back to where they give them more time. That's the only thing I can think of, because it 100 nations right here is 75 nations, 40-something nations. I mean, that's big jumps. Usually, if you're close, you're going to be like within 3 to 5 nations. But anyways, going back in here, we have 1024. They got 38s. What was it? 238s. They do fight. They do fight. See how many 34s they got. So 34s. Okay, I mean they're about ready for merger.
Yeah, 1024 is pretty solid, Woody.
Yeah.
I think they just lack on the activity side. Bales is a full Moe build there. So I think they've got an MRA, LRA, and Moe in that nation.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, Bales has done it. He's a fellow Canadian, so he's played polite. But
Okay.
yeah, he's a really good guy.
Okay. Cool. I mean, these 38s aren't doing too bad. They're right around where they should be. A little low, but I wouldn't go to 34. I'd still just grind until they get to where they should be.
I think Bales is like 1,500 Moe attacks, something like that.
Jeez.
It's a weak city.
For 38, ain't that bad. Wait. You said 1,500. I don't know.
Yeah, I
about,
think he's 1,500.
Not at 9 million.
I just saw his stats not that long ago. Like I can ask him for him and I can send him over, but I think he's pretty relatively up.
I mean,
Woody, that's like he didn't level up breakthroughs. He went straight for 6-star and got like his cross nation ones, and that's it.
Okay, that would make sense.
He does have a really high melee stat.
Does he?
It's not very strong. It's just pretty to look at in numbers.
That would make sense.
I'm surprised 1025 is not on the merge list.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
you're working towards it.
I think that being
We're just trash. That's it. We're just trash.
I think
I didn't say that.
I think being it, they're gonna probably most likely all these guys are probably gonna move up to get out of the globe. I think there would be decent mergers for them at that point. But if like the thousands go into the 900s, you're gonna get murdered. Like
it's probably more of it says more about who's not on the list. So you got 948, which is Taka, right? He's a big guy there. 982, they've got Jason, TK, then someone might correct me here, but the nations between the nines, I don't know, let's say 920 up to 1050, there's very few kind of two whale nations or one mega whale nations there. And I don't know whether any of them are on this list.
Actually, that makes a good point. I think the reason why this list could be small, I mean, I know it's not might not be finished, but maybe a lot of the nations that they are gonna merge are in the GC finals right now, like what he just like 982, and that the next list after GC is probably gonna be a really big one.
I would think it's more like balancing it out right now, like getting the nations that are not compatible and giving them the option to get out of that globe and go into a little bit easier one. You know what I mean?
This just reminds me of the 1046, 1015 merge. First one in the thousands nations that was absolute dog shit. So
there it would show one. Oh, they're gonna be in the same globe. Don't matter at this point. Yeah, they're gonna be the same globe. All right, Joker, Moby. Yeah, I mean they're all part of at least the top half is part of WWW. That Joker, Moby. He's 37. Let's actually see this.
The only other thing I can think of, Woody, is maybe Camel has a lot coming up right now, and they don't want to maybe be too overwhelmed, so they're like, we can knock out some nations right now and get them done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it could be simple as pulling freaking pieces of paper out of a hat. Honestly.
Yeah, I know, because this merge, it does. I mean, it makes sense when you look at the nations, but at the same time, it being this small and just at the timing does not make sense.
The 34 is pretty much right where the other nation was too. So I mean, this would be a good add-on for them. But 968 definitely stronger than these guys. But if I was 968, well, I mean, actually they're in the same globe, so it really wouldn't matter. It would come at that point. It would literally come down to the benefit buildings. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, Woody. Between these merges, this is probably one of the ones that actually isn't that bad because Nation 1000 does have pretty solid activity. We played them both and we talked to them in our Discord channel there.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's actually not a terrible merge for either side.
Now let me ask you: are they both disciplined? Like,
Nation 1000 is not too bad. Like I said, we played both of them. Even 968 there or 986, whichever one it is. Sorry, I'm just driving. They're both actually pretty solid.
Okay.
I think they'll do well together.
Well, hopefully it doesn't turn into a civil war. But that's gonna be a good merge for them. So we'll move into the next one. 957.
I think the thing with these merges, the question is anyone getting merged? We don't. No one needs this.
We gotta see.
I haven't looked at the other nation they're merging with. That'll be kind of interesting to see based off of how insane this matchup is for Void.
Ready? What?
You didn't even need to scroll or anything.
What?
And I'm over here fighting fucking beast nations and shit.
Like they're playing a nation with 5 C41s right now.
This is okay. So
not 541s, but 5 mega whales.
Yeah, mega whales. Like, did 90? Listen, sorry 904, but I'm gonna say it, guys. Over here in 957, you're gonna lose. Just bubble up and enjoy your weekend, or else I'm being real because you guys are being merged. You don't want to walk into a merge with no troops. You know what I mean? Like just bubble up, take the loss. Because if you try to fight, I guarantee you, you got 4 monsters coming in, and your BP. Yeah, yeah. No one's
I know.
got 5 points.
I saw Clue trying to like set something up so they could actually fight like having them do some defenses or something where they're not actually losing any troops. So something actually happens. That'd be kind of cool, maybe. But who
No,
knows if they
dude,
bite?
those fucking 41s up there, dude. They'll eat until your troops are all in the hospital, and then they will die. Like
Well, yeah, I mean,
on a
in a
single hit.
scenario where you're actually removing the troops so that you're not filling your hospital is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Here's a question: if you get merged and you have troops in your hospital, do they stay in the hospital or do they go back to your normal troops?
That is a good question. I honestly never thought about that. Would they stay in the hospital or would they go back to where it's back in your city? But they would, if they got merged the same day as Void, which they won't because Void is before that. They didn't 904 wouldn't, if it was the same day, if it was 904 wouldn't even be able to enter into there anyways. You know, that nation would be like a locked nation. You can't get in. So 904 would just win it anyway, or whoever's got the most points before it. But looking at this, I mean, we got 37s. Let's see what they got for 34s. I mean, they got a lot of 34s. They got 69 34s. So, I mean, they're ready for their first merger. They're just not ready for the Void. All right, and then they're going to be merging. Are you serious? You guys are going against 904 against these guys? What is going on with that? Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. The last Void was against 987. And then
Clue, you guys got it. You guys don't kill this nation in Void. Let it be, dude. Like, don't do that. Get a couple good hits and then enjoy your weekend. It's supposed to be warm.
I think they'll all bubble anyway. So, and we're so far ahead on the other stages. To be honest, like from a Void perspective, it's probably what we needed going into Global Conquest. You know, we don't want to have some real attritional close contest where we end up just losing our troops, fighting to the death, trying to win. Like this is a good contest.
People are saying I have a mic problem on my YouTube. Well, only one person saying it. No, I got no problem with my mic.
You sound all right on Discord.
Yeah, and it's look, it's working right now. So I don't know.
There's no sound issue from my end.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check my YouTube and double check. Hold on. Right now. So is it low? I don't know.
There's no sound issue from my end.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check my YouTube. No, I mean it's there. Double check. A little low, but whatever. Anyways, maybe I just gotta speak up a little louder, or turn your. No, the guy now a different guy is saying no, your YouTube mic is perfect. Okay, whatever. Okay, and they're gonna be going into 10-11. 10-11. Let's check out 10-11.
What I'm gathering from all this information is sometimes these merges make sense, a lot of times they don't.
You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. Okay.
It's ridiculous. I know our nation's trash. I just want a damn merge, but just going through all these other ones is like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, they gotta get merged with someone. Someone's gotta get them.
I'm a 38 and I smack all these guys.
So as a 41 at 11, Samira is a little behind, but you can tell she's growing. Definitely officer equipment. She's growing, so that's not bad. But that drop is significant. Like that's literally almost half. Jeez, what is that? What is pony transvestite? 5, 7.
Calm down, Woody. We know that's your style.
Wow. 5-7 on a 39. What? Okay, okay. Let's see if they're all in the same alliance.
So, Woody, like these guys, right? They've basically had a merge sprung up on them. They've been told today that they merge in 1 week's time. What do you think that these people in these nations should do between now and then to kind of help that process?
I think what they need to do is first things first, talk to the other people, the other nation. It's a must. They need to work out the whole territory. They need to work out the rules, and they need to try to figure out which of the alliances is going to be the top alliance. Because I'm sure they listen. They're going to be going against other strong nations. So I mean, they need to figure that out. So what I mean by that is we'll go into here. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, this one. They need to start going through these and see who is active, who is not active. If they're not active, like majority of the events that happen, they should not be in that top alliance. You know what I mean? Like if you have a 41, we'll just use it as an example. If you have a 41, just because he's a 41, but he's not active in any of the freaking events, what good is he at that point? You know, he's just pretty looking city. But he's not doing anything. So definitely be going into some of these and see who is active and who isn't. Like when we get merged, we already know who's going to be kicked and who's not. And that's just the way it is. Anyways, okay, moving on. I think this will be a decent murder as long as they get the shit put together right. All right, moving on. We're gonna mark these done. Moving on. What is it? 1047. 1047. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, 1047. Oh, right here. All right, let's see what they got cooking over here. All right, so I got a 40 here, retro style. Technician, 38. But it does drop from 37, 35, 34. Ooh. So they have 33, 34s and above. Okay. I gotta remember it's in the thousands nation, so they're not gonna be all up to par yet. Let's see what they got for officers. Okay. 40 at 10, so he's a little behind, but he can catch up quick. So that's not bad. They are all in the same alliance for the most part. So they got power. Let's see if they fight. They do fight. Remember, this is the thousand nation, so they do fight. And they're gonna be merging with 1082. Let's check out 1082. There's 1082. Okay, so they got a 40 there as well. 64. And then it drops from 40 to 37. 337. So those are the mid spenders. Honestly, this nation's got it's pretty much about the same. Let's check out the officers. 12.5 for 40. He's right on track. So, and then a 37 of 8. He's on track. So these guys ain't doing too bad. They are right on track. Okay, that's gonna be a decent merger. Let's see if they're all in the same lines. They are. Except for this guy. He's been zeroed out. He's been zeroed out. So at this point, they got to figure out where they're going to be, what nation to be, go to. 1047, 1082. Honestly, it really don't matter at that point. You know what I mean? Because I mean they're in the same globe. But I think this will be a decent merger. I think those 240s from each nation should be in the same alliance and work together. Figure out who should be the R6, or just maybe not even have an R6 and just stick with the rules and carry on from there. All right, these is done. Going to 1062. If you guys, like I said, if you guys know any of these nations, please be sure to speak up, because right now we're in no man's land. I know nothing about these nations. 1062. 65.
They don't have a lot of strong players, but they beat our ass. That
Really?
helps. Yeah, our nation sucks, man. We're just farming.
Hey man, there's other nations out there. I'm telling you, brother. Wow, look at the difference. So the nations that we looked at before here, so they had their 40s and stuff. These guys got the highest is a 36, up roof 82, and they got two 36s, handful 35s. Let's see where 34 stops. So 30, 34 and aboves. I would say that this nation is not ready for a merge at all. And I think that they pushed it. Let's see what the officers are. 35's got a higher one than ooh, wow, yeah, yeah. Don't take offense to this, but you guys suck. But do they fight? That's what matters. They do fight. They do fight. This is interesting. They're all in the same alliance. So I mean, they got numbers that can show up. So that's what they got going for them. Let's see who they're merging with. 1083. 1083. Anyone know anything about 1083? Really? Ooh, went too far back. 1083. Right there. That was easy. Okay, you know, I can already see it now. I'm going to be getting freaking messages. Oh, wow. Hey.
So Woody, yeah, Arms is with 1038. He left there a long time ago.
So is this arms dealer Jesus?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, so that's an empty city then.
I mean, someone there is definitely running it. I'm not sure what the setup is there, but someone's taking care of it to a degree. It's not growing though.
Right? No, it ain't.
No, it's been stagnant since he left.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was having double vision.
that's kind of what I thought at first. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute now. No. I know right where those guys are at. What the hell's going on here?
I might be wrong, but I think Arms left because they're not like a big void nation or something like that. I believe that's why he left. Like they play other events like you know, no troop loss type stuff, but that's
so you mean to tell me they basically been depending on arms dealer to win everything and not fight during void. I mean, they'll do like GC and all the other ones, but not void.
I believe that was the case, yeah, and that's why Arms ended up going at 1038. He got there before I did, right? So I'm pretty sure that was the deal.
I would have done the same thing. If I'm being real, I would have done the same thing. You can only carry a nation so long to where they have to light a fire underneath that city, because if they don't, this is exactly what happens. People like that, your whale leaves. Okay, so now we know how that is. That's gonna be.
Yeah, after seeing that, completely don't blame them.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna look at the kills.
Definitely made a good switch.
Yeah.
That guy used to be named Crazy Horse.
What's that?
This guy at the top, he used to be named Crazy Horse. Did it switch? Like that was a long time ago. I'm just looking back at my notes. Like from September of last year, he was C-36. His officer power was 4.7 million. Now it's only 4.9, I think.
Yeah, that's probably someone else who was managing his account or
Yeah,
something at the time.
that's
Yeah,
someone that.
yeah, it hasn't moved since September, basically.
Yeah, he joined us at the beginning of September.
There you go.
And what nation is in right now, real quick?
1038.
1038. Let me just mark this nation done real quick, and we'll go there, because I want to show the difference between where he was then and where he's at now. And this will. What I guess what I'm trying to do and say, is that your whales will leave like with. You said 1028, right?
1038.
1038.
He
Okay.
that nation he didn't have any much support spending wise. Some people in his alliance were good, but they had a second alliance that was Asian primarily, and they were just farmers, would set traps in frenzy, just leak points, and he just wanted to come somewhere he could win.
So hey guys, listen. You seen where he was back then. He's already at 40 in this new nation that he went to. Yeah. This is what you guys threw away.
Jeez.
You guys allowed your whale to leave. How many times, guys? I've said this many times that if you don't get your shit together, and you want to sit and argue in nation chat, dude will go, and that's exactly what happened. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm done."
And honestly, with a lot of these 1,000 nations merging and stuff, you're going to see more movement for sure with some of these top players that aren't getting the support, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
What was that? 1038.
yeah, it's 1038. That's where he moved to.
That sounds familiar.
It does. All right, next nation. We gotta keep going. All right, next nation is gonna be 1068. It's getting a merger.
Oh, we fought them in Void.
Did you win?
Yeah.
All right. All right, 1068. Ooh, wow, they got a 41 there. 64, 37,
It's
36,
a paper
35.
city 41.
Well, we'll definitely find out. See what they got for 34s. So they got 23 34s and above. This nation is probably suffering because of this one, that 41. Yeah. Wow. You're not wrong. It is a paper tiger.
Getting merged with only 23 C-34 pluses early.
Yeah, that's. Someone asked for a merge on this one, 100%. I mean, Titans are decent. They're not that bad. But your Titans are garbage, and your planes are garbage until your officers are up there. That's why we always say start at the bottom of the ladder and work your way up. Don't start at the top because you're just gonna fall down. Jeez. Okay, so they're getting merged with 1056. 1056. I'm sure you all can tell that I haven't slept yet. 1056. 1052. 3, 4, 5, 6.
I feel like that's a pretty good nation.
You felt like the other one was a pretty good nation?
No, these guys, like, they're active as hell.
The Mad Alliance?
Yeah.
And they're all literally, other than this red guy, the Outcast, are all in the same alliance, so that's good. Let's see what they got for 34s. So they got 22 34s and above. Top guys at 37. Officer, right where they should be. So that's good news right there. 33's got what? 33's got better stats than everyone below this, officer-wise. Okay.
That's crazy. Hit the uranium wall, but rocking and rolling on the opposite.
You know what? That's exactly what happened too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, they all like to fight, obviously, because I mean, these numbers. I know the older nations look at these numbers like, oh, that's nothing. But they're like what, a year and a couple months in. So that's not too bad. I think this will be a decent merger, and the reason I'm saying that is everyone's in the top alliance for the most part, so they do have a plan. So I'm wondering if they can intermix who is staying, or if they go in the other nation, and who's going to go, and where they're going to go, because that matters too. Well, actually, it don't matter because it's relatively close, 1068 and 1056. But they're going to get the merge. All right, moving on. Let me mark this as done. 1077. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 1077. Where you at?
These guys are like, what, 15, 16 months old? That's what I'm saying. Mergers seem so early for these guys.
Well, I mean, it's
We
usually
got,
like a
we got,
year and
yeah,
a half. Usually is when you get your first merger, right around there ballpark.
yeah. For us, we got ours 17 months in, and then there was nations around us that got it a month or two earlier, and then one that got it like 3 months earlier. So 14 or 13 months was the earliest.
844 was over 2 years old before we got our first one there.
Look at 10. Look at 779. They still haven't got one, and we're going over like almost 3 years over there.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But that's something that we talked about last one. So anyway, so right here, that nation is going into, I don't know, 1077 right here. They got 35 at the highest. Let's see what they have at 34s and above. Ooh, 24 and above is only 30. Wow, I think this nation is not ready. They're really far away. Like a 35, which is even the top guy on the list, is the strongest. Man, that's okay. Let's see who they're gonna merge with.
What if Camel based these
At
mergers
93.
off just like participation levels? Because that's what I'm seeing like consistent in a lot of these is there nations that are very active.
But are they?
They're not. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they're not. That there
I mean,
isn't
if that
somebody else
if that was
strong,
the
but a lot of them are active as a hell.
if that was the case, then 923 would be on here when it comes to activity. 1093. All right.
Maybe that's an exception, but doesn't break the rule.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't count with that, Woody.
Is this guy gone?
Yes.
Oh man. Oh
He
man.
disappeared for like 2 months ago or so.
Well, Bobby. Let's check and see what they're. Okay, so Boo is not too bad. She's right on track where she should be.
He's our top whale at the moment.
Does Fuck Yeah have an ownership on it, or is it just sitting there?
No, it just disappeared from the game entirely. So it's basically an abandoned C41.
So
it hurts
So
just to see.
So it got banned, is what happened.
I'm not
The city's still on the map.
entirely sure if he got banned or if he got pissed because he got zeroed during a frenzy. Yeah.
So if the city's
It's
not
weird because he got zeroed during a frenzy. He logged in the Monday after, so immediately after reset, and then never logged in again. And the void after that, then he got 0-0 for real.
So let me ask you, you're saying that it's not on the map, right?
It is.
Okay.
He's still on the map.
All right. Who said it wasn't on the map?
I said it was on the map
Okay.
because we faced them in the frenzy after it got zeroed and void, and it was still on the map, and we kept looking for it.
Yeah, he's still there. Just
Why
no
don't y'all
troops.
kick him from your alliance?
I don't know what to say about this. Like,
If he's been gone for 2 months, why is he still in your alliance?
yeah.
Because Boo doesn't want to kick him out.
Well, you guys are gonna be matched up with harder people then, because the way the algorithm reads it when you go against like void or so on and so forth, they're counting
They like
him.
that 30 million power being in their alliance total.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basing off the top 10. So as long as he's still in one of the top 10 alliances, it's going to be factored into your matching.
Yep. I would kick him if he's gone and like done. Kick him out of your alliance. Let him sit. So he's not counted in.
Didn't that Bobby dude get 0 too?
Oh God,
No.
no! Don't say that. Well, I don't know. 26 as a 40, 7.4 million lost.
Yeah, he's been 0 before by
Yeah,
the looks of it.
Yeah, he's been hit. He's been.
It hit, but it didn't got 0.
Well, he
I won't
definitely.
lie. We were looking for him right after we zeroed. Fuck yeah! And I was really hopeful he'd drop his dome, but he hid the whole time. So
Well, he definitely has been touching some inappropriate places. But hey, here's the reality of it. They're merging with the highest cities at 35.
Yeah,
So,
their 35 has less officer power than I do. As 35 as well.
So how is your nation taking this right now, knowing what you're getting merged with?
So far it seems okay. So we were having an issue, as we discussed before, with Boo and kind of a civil war for the last 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
That's why, for example, Bobby's not in the same alliance.
Yeah, I see that.
So
Well, you guys got.
yeah, with this merge, since it was something that Boo wanted, maybe could be a good opportunity to basically stop the civil war. Which at this point is not exactly a civil war. It's basically Boo attacking Bobby, Bobby attacking Boo. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's the way it is at the moment.
Well, here's the problem that they're gonna have is that other nation will have no say so of what's going on. Because the 35 at the highest, he has no say so. So he's literally, these two need to figure shit out, or else your nation's gonna die, and Boo's gonna literally go up against a stronger nation and have no help whatsoever, and Boo will get zeroed out eventually. Because I would swing at that at 55. I would swing the fuck out of it. I'd swing 3 dicks in there, maybe 5. No offense, Boo. You need it. Yeah, definitely. Boo needs to figure something out, and Bobby needs to just stay bubbled right now, and build his troops back. Because right now he has 2 fleets. That's it. 1.5.
Yeah.
That's not good. But this merger might stop it. You know, you'd be surprised how many people get merged and they end the civil war, and they just turn out actually being decent. So
yeah, we're hopeful, or at least I am.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't, let me ask you: if it doesn't, what are you gonna? What's your plans? Just deal with it, or you're saying later I'm out and go to like 1038?
I invested all in that nation, so
gotcha. I understand.
That's why I'm so reluctant. Like, I started in 934, it went to shit. Then I moved to 987, still went to shit.
Now, is it? Maybe it's you. No, I'm
Just a
joking.
bad luck out.
No,
That's a sign to just pick a good nation that's already good.
And this nation was pretty fine until like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we had our spats as everyone, but no civil war, was basically peaceful. So.
All right. So the next one
Okay.
of us 1081. The highest they got is a 37, and then it drops to 35, 34. What do they got for above 34? So they only got 19. Why are they being merged? Why? Who asked for this?
I think Destination was pushing for a merge.
Section for how Camel's getting their merges.
They're not even. They are not organized. They're all separate.
Well, they're all gonna learn the hard way.
Yeah.
They are all gonna learn the fucking hard way.
37. He's right where he can push to 38 right now. Actually, probably go to 39 if he wanted to, and be right where he is supposed to be. I don't know what he's waiting on. Let's see.
Talk that man into being a weak 39.
I'm just saying he could do that if he wanted to, at least a 38. Because he's got the officer. He's probably just waiting. Like his Titan ain't too bad. He's got 2 gold Titans. Warplane. He's got a gold warplane. I gotta check and see their kills. They do like to fight. You can see, this is how you can tell if they're doing team attacks, if all the numbers are right around the same. Like if you got one is 39 and the next one below it is 17, yeah, they're not doing team attacks at all. So I mean they are fighting, and I guarantee you this guy is probably leading it. All right, let's see who they're gonna merge with. 1084. 1084. Bam. The fastest one ever. Fast as fuck, man. Fast as fuck. Ooh. Okay, okay. 36s, 236s, 235s. See where it goes down to. 34s. Oops. So they're basically the same setup as the other one.
Looks like the majority on this list are low spin nations that are getting merged.
Yeah, I mean it does. See if they fight. They
Taking
fight.
note, Camel. I'm taking note.
They do fight though. Unless this is like Civil War and in nation hitting farms.
Sure.
But I mean, this fish head
Looks
guy, he's
pretty
gone. He's still got troops and he's not even in an alliance.
Yeah, look, he's vagrant. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're internation fighting.
Well, they're getting merged, so don't bring your. Here's the thing: is like their strongest guy is not nearly as strong as the other nation's guy. So the other nation guy gonna have to come over and put his dick down and tell him, guys, this is the way it's gonna be. You can try to work it out and say, hey guys, let's just try end the Civil War. Everyone has a second chance. But the way these guys are going, if they're in Civil War, they might just say no, not listen, and then that other 37 is gonna walk in and just start walking over them.
Well, they might find themselves all in alliance when they start getting their ass smacked by the new nation.
Oh, they're gonna have, yeah, they're gonna have to.
Like, you know what? We didn't hate you guys as bad as we thought we did.
Sorry for hating you. They got 2 gold planes here, and actually these are actually questionable as well. If they got 2 purples, it's gonna add like that, but I'll assume 2 gold planes there. Jeez. All right, so I mean that's not gonna be too. They're gonna be matched up. Like it's literally like 2 nations the same except for 1 guy. So I guess that's not too bad. But once merge comes, you guys gonna have to have your shit together. All right, moving on to 1121. And we also got someone said 1166 is merging with 1108. Is this been verified?
Oh my god.
Has that been verified? And it's in the YouTube chat. Or is
They should just merge 1300 already, even though it just opened up, like at this point.
1306 with 1307.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on, Camel?
I do want to see if the bots are fucking batshit crazy still. Well, no, look at that. They're not buying. Camel did something right. They stopped the freaking resource sellers. Guess we should
Thank
check out
God,
that.
they're ruining nations. Just imagine how much nations are ruined already.
Well, I mean, actually,
904.
Look at that. It's getting there.
Actually,
Never mind.
Never mind. They're there. Oh man, I'm gonna check.
I think
corner.
nations are trying to win through gathering things. Now, we need more farmers.
Like,
what's funny is that's what our shit looks like. A bunch of 6s and 8s all over the fucking place.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, they're not as bad as it I've seen before. I remember seeing a whole entire nation completely filled, like locked out.
I don't know, but it's getting to be old news.
Well, I mean, at this point,
I
like,
go back fucking drag race, and these cocksuckers don't get their shit together and merge up.
what am I looking? What am I looking for again? I'm looking
Fucking
for
Pro Mod's looking to be a whole lot cheaper right now.
1121. There's cities in my nation. Just saying. 23, 22, 1121. Dr. Manhattan. I've heard of this guy. I've heard of Dr. Manhattan before. Unless it's a different guy. Yeah, it's a different guy.
He's that wild and crazy C-34 everybody's talking about.
Yeah. Is he? No. But they do have everyone in the top alliance. So, I mean, other than this guy, JC-34, that got hit. 2.3 million deaths. Okay, so they're merging with this guy. What is it? What do they got here? What do they got here? 8.8. Is it what? Hold on. How is? Wow. The drop in power is real. You guys have seen what I'm looking at, right? So
I'm scared to look, Woody.
so this 34 right here is second in power. And that's was it this guy? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. There's a 38 with what he's at. He should be at 10 to 11 in officer. Yeah, he's a little behind. But I mean, he is a spender. I think this is a medium spender. I think this might be a nation where it opened up and people just started making farms left and right. Because someone from an older nation probably came in here and said, guys, I'm from an old nation. I know how to play. Listen to this is what you have to do. You have to start 20 farms each. And the results are.
What's funny is that's probably exactly what happened.
Most likely.
It sounds
and
like.
And all of them are running single troop battalions.
So 1166.
11198. That's the best. I'm telling you.
Well, dude, don't say that on here. Do not run 1198 formations, guys.
I love running in there and getting a kill 5, kill 6. Fucking bring it.
All right, so 1121 is going to be merging with 1131.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, don't wait, guys. It gets better. Yikes.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. Exactly. But wait, there's more. Just when you think it's done.
Just for some perspective, I think we both didn't want to talk over each other. Like just for some perspective, as a player from 1-1-5, like I'm a Dolphin. I'd probably be in the same ranking position in any of these nations, like in terms of officer power or whatever. Maybe a few up, but like the competitive nations in this area, like 1-1-5, don't know about these nations.
Really?
From like GC, like I knew a few of these. We met some of the earlier nations, like in the thousands that you talked about.
Okay.
In Void or Frenzy and stuff, but these other nations, like we don't meet them and we don't notice them in GC. Let's like I'm not trying to be rude. Some nations are just like that, right? I'm super lucky. We got two massive players in our nation, and everything that I've seen here, like these guys just didn't luck out, I guess, in that case. Like
So-
with the mega whales.
Right. So let me ask you something. You don't even see these nations in Void or Frenzy, do you?
Like the earlier ones in the thousands, we met a couple of them. Like, I mean, 1093 in this list is an anomaly, but you heard they're fighting each other,
Yeah.
and their 41 quit. So, you know, over the past couple months, they pushed themselves into this position. But yeah, like these nations are not noticeable in the thousands.
Yeah.
So
And that's not to be rude. It's just the way it is.
No, I mean
right?
you're being real.
That's why I'm wondering if they're dead. That's why
So-
they're emerging.
I don't think they're dead. I think they're active for their level. But
yeah, and
the
you guys,
thousand nations are stacked, and these people just can't compete. And Camel is trying to help them out.
and
That's
you guys,
my opinion. That's what I think.
you also got to remember, like farm nations are not going to see war nations in like Void, other than the whole 904 thing, which is like completely mind blowing right now. But farm nations fight farm nations in Void. War nations fight war nations in Void. If that makes sense.
Unless you're 1025.
Unless you're 1025.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, they put you up against all the gangsters. We ain't shit.
So 1121 is merged with 1131. They got 37, Brian, 36. How many 34s they got above? Whoa. 12 and above. Whoa. Top alliances are not together. Whoa. Brian's 8-2 as a 37.
Yeah, these are main farm cities.
Well, I'm not gonna say they're farm cities, but they're
Yeah, 5 on down is.
yeah.
Like I said, most of the top 5, like I think I'm somewhere in the 13 rank for officers. Like I float around 10 to 20, like personally, and I'm a C34 in 1115, right? Like the top 5 in every one of these nations we've looked at would still smack the crap out of me. Like I'm not talking shit to their cities and stuff. They still beat me in a 1-for-1, and they'll still beat a lot of these other people. But yeah, they don't have the mega power that a lot of these other 1100s nations have, and I think Camel is trying to give them double the activity so that maybe they can compete at that level. Like if they do end up meeting some of these other nations, or even just to promote the activity so they fight each other or fight some other people, and better for Camel business, right?
Yeah,
Everyone knows what I mean.
And I'm also wondering if, like, being that they such a smaller nation, like in power, they might actually get a second merge too eventually, like before all the other people get a second merge, because they cannot compete at all. But that's very dangerous because you give a nation like these that after they merge, which the top guys are 37 or 38 with BP not where it should be, or officer power where it's not where it should be. That's dangerous because now if they merge them with a war nation, these two nations might be like burnt down.
They're just gonna get dictated.
Yeah, and we all know what's gonna happen. These guys are gonna be like, no, you're a dictator, and then they're gonna fuck around and find out. And
it's like, no, we're not. We're actually just a competitive nation that wants to breed like competition. And if you guys don't want to get on board with that, then things are going to be challenging.
Right, but I want my boxes though, man. I want those I want my one day gathering reward. Oh man. Okay, so I mean they're gonna have to figure something out. Do you guys I don't know if this would be average for their nation to be killed, like fighting wise. But if it is, I mean, they do send team attacks because they are relatively the same in a general area 57, 57, 56, 55, so on and so forth. So, I mean, they might do team attacks, but it's not. It's not many, if that makes sense. But
Pretty low for how old they are too.
yeah, and that's kind of what I was like trying to touch on, but not sound rude about it. You know what I mean? Um, you would think it'd be at least 130, 120-ish right for the top guy. But I think the biggest problem they're gonna have is that they are not organized. It that looks like it would be a civil war nation. Well, let's check and see if there's bubbles up. There is. There's bubbles up. That's civil war, and they're in elite war or doom. Probably elite war. Hmm. Interesting. All right, next one is 1121.
Yeah, we're
No,
actually
no,
we're in elite war.
1122. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, we're in elite war too. That's why Woody. So yeah, probably they are.
Shit happens, I guess, right? All right, so that's 1122. That's 1222. Whoa. All right. 1122. All right, here we go. Let's see what they got cooking over here. 37, 36, and 8, 34 and above. Why? Why are these guys being merged? That does not even make sense.
Thanks, Camel.
37 is looking decent. 36 is on its way, but that's it.
Woody, what were you saying about head of state? They completely canceled it?
Head of state's there. Ancient Battleground has got canceled.
Okay.
Camel removed that.
So maybe these kinds of merge, like the reason I asked is related to the topic. Like maybe these mergers are preparing for head of state when it comes to more nations. So if you get all these middling nations merged up, then they can kind of face each other in head of state and have like a more level playing field against each other,
Yeah,
while the ones with mega whales end up fighting each other in head of state as well.
that
Like,
does make sense. Like you would see these nations that are being merged now, fighting each other that are in this list or
yeah, and then
similar
they can have time
nations.
fighting each other, right? Like, I mean, the kill rankings are kind of low, like we've been seeing, but I mean, Camel's not dumb,
No,
right? In terms of how they keep activity and everything like that, right? So you got to think they've done some kind of math, they've done some analysis and figured out like merging these middling nations is going to be good for business, right? Whether it's because of things going to stay the same,
Mhm.
like with events and stuff, or because they're planning to roll out head of state and that's going to change the way nations meet and all this kind of stuff. So,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, it's a weird dynamic, but it's got to have a reason, right?
there has to be a reason. Like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree 100% with you. If you put these nations, any of these nations, up with like a war nation, with 41s and 39s and shit like that, it's game over before it even started. Like, it's game over. Like frenzy, it's game over before it even started. As soon as it
Yeah,
started.
because they're just going to out recruit them most of the time, anyways, too, and that's just demoralizing half the time.
Well, not only that, imagine all these nations that because they have the 8 nations in there, and one of them's got like 241s or 341s, right? Or we'll just say two at that man, because it is in the thousands, whatnot. But then everyone else is 39s, 38s, 37s, so on and so forth. They can send their whole alliance at that point, and they still can't compete because
Yeah,
there's just
yeah.
too much now.
I don't think they care whether or not your nation can compete or not. I think it comes down to how much money do they spend maintaining having an additional server, and it's not generating but so much revenue. So let's just put these two trash ass nations together and eliminate one.
Let me ask you a question.
That's what it looks like. A bunch of low spend.
For all the stronger nations like 904 or like mine or 732 or 587, 75, if you got a nation for merger such as like one of these or it looks similar like this, what's the first thing that's going through your head?
We're burning everything.
Yeah. So, and I think that's the point that Camel. No, I'm being real. I think that's
So am I.
Yeah, I know you are. I think that's the point that Camel knows what's going to happen because what happens after someone gets burned? 9 times out of 10, they do leave the game. So I think that's the fix that they're trying to fix. Which, if that's the case, that's going to be good for them. Let the farmers stay with the farmers. I can already see the comments already. Why are you calling us farmers? We're not farmers.
They need to fix all the AI
There's
botted.
goats.
1138. 36, 35s.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. Honestly, I'd rather see what's going on right now happen than these guys getting merged with like a powerhouse nation, and that's the end of their game. That's it. That's game over because they're not going to
Let them die.
Like I said, I'm not a whale. I'm a dolphin. Like I feel like I connect with people lower than a lot of the other big people that talk on these. And I'm not saying that your perspective is wrong, but like I have some empathy for the players below the top 50 kind of thing, right? Because a lot of them they're trying to have fun and they're working really hard to like within their means, right? And not everyone can do what the top 5 people are doing, the top 2 people are doing, but like Woody always talks about the activity and getting 50 people in a team attack, and that makes the game fun. So I mean, good for these nations for getting this kind of merge, because hopefully they can keep having fun, because I mean that's what the game is about, right?
Agreed. Like for instance, if these guys merge up with the other nation, 1122, they put everyone in the same alliance, and they can get 70 people active online ready to attack. That's dangerous. I don't care who you are. That's dangerous against even a 38 or depending on the BP. Like on the other monster.
Yeah,
but that's still dangerous.
I don't want them to smack me.
I mean,
and just to be clear, like if I'm in one of these nations and we're going against or merging with like a big, like a top 2 C41 kind of nation, like I'm absolutely telling them they're going to burn the crap out of you. Like you need to sit in your bubble and you need to listen to what they want to do. Like I'm not saying that that's the wrong approach to get your nation in line. I'm just saying that it's nice for these nations who aren't merging like that, who actually have a chance to continue having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you get matched up with something like a nation like that, like what 904 is matched up, I mean, there's nothing you can do. Not with those.
Sit in the bubble, take the weekend off. Relax.
Yeah, I mean those. If it was like 4 like paper tiger 41s, I could see you fighting and numbers can overrule them. But no, the 904 whales are like they're fucking whales, guys. They're when someone posts a location, you got literally 5 dicks in you by each one of them. Like they don't fuck around. So it's like for me, if that was my nation going against 904, and I was in their nation, my first thing in nation chat would be like, "Bubble up, guys. Enjoy your weekend. It's gonna be nice. Do not unbubble." Period. I mean that would be it. Like pussy or not, that would be my order. Bubble up, guys. We're not winning this one. And if I was 904, I would sit out. Just saying.
What's tough for some of these nations is it's going to be hard to determine like R6, like you guys have been talking about.
Yeah.
Unless there's one clear leader or like someone who really works hard from like a community perspective in these nations, I feel like a lot of them are going to clash. So that might be difficult too, and maybe Camel wants that as well.
You think they're gonna collide?
like if you put these two nations with, you know, one C-37 each and 10 C-34s, like maybe they all get along and maybe they all get in the same top alliance and your top 100 are, you know, end up coming together and fighting. But you gotta you gotta expect that some of these mergers, there's obviously ego involved in all of them, and if you have equal matched power on either side with not a huge, you know, like deficit on one side where you can kind of dictate the merger, like you might have a lot of conflict going in, and maybe Camel wants that too because they're just going to weed out more people as they get burned in civil war and stuff like that, like the other people on here were saying.
I agree exactly.
People spend more money in Civil War too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, right? Maybe Camel is trying to push equal sized mergers for that kind of thing as well.
That, I mean, that would make sense too. That really would. The list.
Sorry, I know you got a lot to get through, so I'm gonna stay.
No,
a
no,
little more
actually, we don't though. The Lock Nations. I think this is their first merger, so I don't know if it's if I can look into them. But someone in YouTube chat said Rough Patriot said 1166 is merging with 1108. So I don't got verification on that, but we will check it out. So 1166 right here. 36, 30, 35.
Wow, that's within 10 of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay. Let's see what their officer power is. 5s. And
They did. Wow. 1166 would actually be better off. And wait, who was their opponent merging with?
They're gonna be merging. They said 1108.
Yeah, they got two whales with 5 million officer power. Fuck out of here.
1108.
That's same globe, so.
So 1108. Again, this is.
They need to go to 1168.
I agree.
1108 needs to go to, because you got 1111 right beside 1108. No one's competing with 1111. I think we've looked at them on some streams before.
They got that freaking monster over there.
Yeah, Dictators and Medi, like that guy's been insane, and they're a super organized nation. Like, as another nation right beside 1111, like I'd be happy to move away from that, just because there's no competing with that. So 1108, like this is good for them.
Yeah,
they can move all the way up to what was
globe.
it?
Yeah, higher globe.
1168.
Yeah, that
because the next nation is 1147 with a dude named Mufasa. So like anyone in between these two nations, 1111 and 1147, is just sandwiched between two monster nations who will dominate GC.
Yeah, and
if you want to compete, just move up.
Mufasa's huge too.
Yeah,
they can come up and play with us.
So yeah, that'd be like you said, that'd be best bet is them to move into this nation right here, 1108. No.
1108 move up to 1168 was the partner, right?
66.
Like that's a good jump for 1108. Get the hell out of 1108. You get to 1168.
That puts them in with battling 1189, 1195.
Is that the Q guy?
Yeah, Q. I mean, I'm in 1176, so we've got Steve and Elon.
Yeah, maybe I just don't have the context of these higher 1100 nations. I'm just thinking of 1111 and more recently 1147. But
and yeah, Jay is 1207. Or 1217.
Yeah, 1217. Jay and Silent Bob. Jeez. So I mean, these guys got 236s, and their top guy 37 BP. Officer ranking is right where they should be. Matter of fact, they're probably above where they should be. They could probably go to 37 right now and be still where they should be. This 30. Wait, where is the other 36? It's Pink Floyd. Okay. Yeah, he's low. War Wizard. He's a little low. He's not too bad.
Remember too, like we might be in monster, like 1115 is in monster phase right now, and I just watched like our top guy's officer power change by like 1.5 million, like as he swapped. So some of these people in the 5
Oh,
million might be 6 millions, you know.
yeah, but it's not a big swap. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's not huge, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
it might be closer to the edge of, like, pretty in line with their city, depending on what their stack is right now for Void.
Are you guys seeing this? Like, if they're either they're in a legal war, or
It's Iron Blood right now.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going in there. No, thank you.
It's
No,
round 2 of Iron Blood right now.
nope, not going in Iron Blood. No, 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 no. So yeah, that'd be the best bet then to do is to go into 1166 but I mean either way you look at it, they got a whale on both ends of it. So like I don't know what to say at this point, but I would still get away from Mufasa. Mufasa's not gonna stop, is what I'm trying to say. He's a monster and he's gonna keep being a monster. He's not going to stop growing.
I'm not sure who else was talking, but between Mufasa and Q, who's winning if they go head to head?
Oh,
Q.
Mufasa. Are you sure,
He
Q?
is?
Q's the strongest in the globe right now.
Interesting. Like, what are you going by? Like,
I think Q put Mufasa out of the GC finals, or not GC semis last year. Kept them from going into the finals.
So, which one of these are you referring to as while you're looking at who's the strongest in the globe? The commander power, the city ranking, officer.
No, just I've seen his stats, and the stats are just stupid. And we've battled Mufasa, and I've seen his stats.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, Q is it?
Yeah, 1189.
I do want to see 1189. I've heard of Q before.
Oh, that he's got a great alliance, and I've heard he's been recruiting some more whales over there.
That's the way. That's the way to do it. If you're being real. Okay, he's a 41. Ooh. He's a sexy
500
41.
million kills. Holy.
Yeah, but look at this, guys. The problem. Here's the problem in the reality Q is going to eventually see is the drop. He right now. Let's check out the kills. Yeah, he's carrying this nation, literally carrying the nation. So, and I know people are there and they're probably like, "Oh, he's not carrying." Yes, he fucking is. He's carrying the nation. He is literally spending everything that he has for wins, and no one, everyone is just like coasting through. You understand what I mean?
I don't think they're coasting through. Woody, this is 1189. This is like a less than a year old nation.
So you think Q's just buying a store every day?
I think he's just crazy.
Q is a nice guy, and he's just got fuck you money.
Okay.
So,
like 1189 is what, less than a year old, maybe. Like
we're just hitting a year. I'm 1176, and we're just hitting a year old. So.
Like Woody, 34 and under a year is pretty quick as a medium sized player. Like I'm still 34 myself. We're over a year old, and I'm pushing hard in my for my level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm about right there with you.
People like you are at a different level of this game.
He's at mega whale level.
Yeah. Oh,
gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
No question. Like Mufasa, Q,
our globe is stacked. I mean, we've already got 1241s just in our globe. For
what?
A year old.
You got 1241s in 1176?
No. In the globe.
Okay, in the globe. Okay. I thought you said nation. I'm like, what? What?
Woody's like, I'm moving.
God damn.
Yeah, like what did we? I thought we were doing okay. I do want to check out and see.
We got a 37 that identifies as a 41, though.
I want to see if we can see if those lock nations if they've been merged already before.
was gonna say Woody might have a hard time holding those 41s off.
But yeah, honestly, dude, eventually, they're gonna grow. They'll probably. I'm not gonna say no one's gonna pass me because they will. I mean, let's be real. Um, People get passed all the time. Okay, so let's see, 1249. Let's see if they have anything. Maybe have to put the backspace in there. Or this will be the first merger, maybe. Yeah, this is the first merger in 1249.
I checked 1261 and 1267 as well. They haven't been merged either.
Oh, that
There
means.
was only a handful of 12s in the last one. There wasn't many.
Well, what globe was that where we looked a couple months ago and like it seemed like the whole entire globe was freaking locked nations.
Oh, that was a lot of the thousands are locked.
Okay. Okay, well, that answers all that. Do we have any questions from these upcoming nations that are being merged that we can answer for you? Because obviously your first merger, you might not know what to do, and you have nothing but questions, and this would be the time to ask it so we can give our best advice and obviously burn the farmers, as Goat would say. I'm waiting for Goat to say, "Fucking burn them! Give me your city, I'll burn your nation."
Woody, I'll ask a question for anyone listening.
Yeah.
As someone who hasn't merged yet myself, like in your opinion or anyone else's, people are going to talk, right? You're going to create a city, or you're going to talk on Discord, or you're going to do something.
Correct.
What is the top, like, what is the top thing you should discuss, and what is the top, and what is the top thing you should discuss, whether it's top alliance or nation or anything else in your opinion, and what's the top thing that you should discuss, and what thing do people think matters, but in reality doesn't really?
Okay.
So like, what's really important and what's not really important?
So what's really important?
Farmers don't matter, and you just burn everything. Thank you, Woody.
So the first thing that you guys need to look at as soon as you know you're being merged is what nation and why. That's the first thing, because that's the first step of a merger is what nation is going to win the chaos land. So if that means that you were going to sit out and let the other people just burn you all, so be it. Once you get that figured out, you figure out what alliance is going to be the top alliance. That's when you go through all your alliance buffs. Who's ever got the best war buffs is the top alliance. The second alliance does need to step down and hand that alliance over to the second rank alliance. Period. Once you got that deciphered of who's the top alliance and who's the second alliance, then you got to start going through what players are coming and which ones are not. So the activity logs. This right here. Figure out who's active, who's not active, basically who you want to make room for. You know what I mean?
Those are the ones that go to the academy.
Correct. There's no such thing as an academy, dude. Come on now. If we're being real, there's no academy is a farm. So the way, guys, listen, the way the game works, you got the top ranked alliance. The second ranked alliance is the academy for the top ranked alliance. The third ranked alliance is the academy for the second ranked alliance. Don't let anyone else here tell you otherwise. That's how it works. If someone has a second city and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this in an academy," no, put it in a farm. Get rid of the troops and put it in a farm alliance. That's because that's all it is. Because eventually that one's gonna get zeroed out, and it's the truth. It's gonna get hit because someone's gonna forget, or the alarm didn't go off, so on and so forth. Okay, so after you figure out the people, the players, so on and so forth, territory. Only the top 3 alliances should be making their territory flags, and that's it. For it's like the first week or two, I think it is. Once your territory is figured out and you have all the land, all the buff buildings, so on and so forth, then people should be able to make their farm alliances. Do not let a farm alliance make territory on another alliance's territory. That's how civil wars pop off. Don't be slick and try to just grab buff buildings without letting someone else know with your farms. So let me explain that. You only get what, 3 every once an hour you get 1 flag in the beginning. So if you have a farm alliance and you work it out with all the 3, you can, and you know where your territory is, you can work it out to where you can use one farm alliance to just hold that where the buildings are, but you have to remove them. You can't be selfish and take more than the other because that's civil war about to happen. Then your rules, your nation rules are very important. My nation rules are very simple, they're very sweet, and they get to the point. I know some nations are much really tough. I'll actually post my nation rules in here. You can grab them, you can adjust them to better fit your nation, which is fine. But like these are like basic generic rules. Oh shit, they didn't do it. Sorry. The rules I'm gonna post are basic generic rules that are literally the rules of the game. Like every nation has these rules. So if you can't figure out how to follow them, then I don't know what to say. You're gonna have problems in the long run. That's just being real. Copy, put in here, and again, generic rules, really easy. You can just mark out the whole 736 part and put your nation in there, and adjust them to what your how you guys want to go on with. Also, obviously, you'll see in rule number 4, C29 and below must be T4 troops, only. Obviously, you got some people, you got some nations that only have up to, 8, 10, 34s and above. So, I mean, that might have to be adjusted to where you guys don't even implement that rule yet until you guys got, like, a majority of you guys are 34s. Real simple rules. But one thing you do need to pay attention to is troop amount allowed for your city levels. This is very important. You be able to hide your troops. If you're a mega whale like that 41 or some of those guys that got like 12, and they're planning on going up the level, then maybe you can allow him to have whatever he wants to have. But if you can't hide your troops, you're a liability, guys. Like, no matter who you think you are, you turn into a liability. Because you got players like me out there is waiting for those people to have more troops than they should hide, and wham bam, thank you, man. Does that make sense? Let me see if I can.
One of the things that I felt like we could have done better in our merger that we had at the end of December was to be harder on the farmers.
Such as?
I wish that they started setting up their farm alliances in like the green and blue area, but I just would have preferred we still had fighting over stupid fucking farms, and I wish we would have burned them harder.
So those people, the farmers, very good topic, honestly, because the topic is this: farmers, if they don't want to follow the rules, they can be a problem, and if they don't follow the rules, the problem is this: they're gonna try to build a little mini alliance to go against you. You know, the whole people go against whatever, and they will eventually grow if you don't. So if you don't get rid of them right away, the problem makers or the troublemakers is what I call them. Then just imagine what happens when they're 37 and they got multiple 37s and you still have a 34 or 35. They're just gonna SOS you all day long. So just get rid of them right off the bat. For those
I mean, we had a couple of them. They put like 8 flags around an elite mine just to be assholes.
Yeah, they do that. Is it like a mineral mine or is it like a feed mine?
I think it was a level 4 elite mine.
That's when you burn those flags.
Well, we did.
Most of them are broke losers looking to troll anyway, so
Yeah.
you don't get a hold of them. That's just what they're going to do.
Right. So for the people that are merging for the first time, if you look in here, you can literally, download this right here. You can see everything split up like that. You can put whatever alliances the top 3 are going to be here. Obviously, you're going to want the top 3 either here, here, or here, closest to the cities, and then back here will be where the farms are, so on and so forth. But make sure those farms are not like stealing Because I mean, if you want Civil War, I guess go ahead and do that, or you can do Clay's thing, which is something I would really recommend you guys do, and literally map it out. Like, I mean, this is a little blurry. I took a screenshot off live, but we were showing. You can map your whole nation out, especially during merger. This is key. This will save you. It takes time, but this will save you a headache. And the best thing about it, we're going to go back into AOZ campaign. I got to log in first. Boom. I know my nation's not perfect. And I still have a lot to do in it, but you can map out and you can pinpoint where like your stuff is, like the buff buildings. You can pinpoint it and you can map out the direction it's going to be. And if you can have people in your own alliance or in your own nation help you out, it'll go much faster. And then you can build other people's alliances over here, so on and so forth, like other people in your nation. Like once you register and you contact Clay, he puts you in that nation. So everyone, let's say you have 50 people online from your nation. 50 people can help build your map the best story you can. It's incredible, and you can do commanders in there. Of course, I'm gonna have to put nation like 736. You can have all this information that's in there. Their names, with a rank, city levels, BP, reputation, everything, guys, everything.
To be just, I'll jump in for 1 sec because I don't want to set expectations too high. To have this amount of information, you just got to let me know. I can scrape it for you. It just takes some time, and I do it by request. So because Woody is Woody, and he was one of the first people I scraped his whole nation's data for, it makes it a little easier to place everything on the map and stuff. So I don't mind helping you out in that regard. Just let me know. You just contact me on Discord, and I'll help you out. But the mapping, like Woody said, it is a manual effort, but if you start with the elite lines and the benefit buildings and stuff, then you can start planning out, the alliance territory and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually put because I have the AOZ campaign up here. I'm gonna put you up here too, so they have a direct way to get to you, Clay. I'll just say contact him. Boom. And that should help out.
I did push the change, so you can see the merger dashboard now if you're a nation admin. So like, I don't know if you're still logged in, Woody, but you can see it.
Yeah, I'm still logged
if you want. I know we showed a screenshot, so I don't want to keep you if that's the case, but
yeah. Let me just go back in it. All right.
And I don't mean to change topics at all, so I want to be courteous of this, but is there a way for you to, in this website, identify who leaks the most points or who gives up the most in a void or frenzy or whatever?
I've asked Camel for that data. I've asked Camel for a lot of things, to be honest. But I've asked them to give like any numbers they can on like giving up points, and they said they won't give that. I don't know if it's because I am a dolphin and they don't care too much about me.
Yeah.
No, it's because people like me will go and kill them if they give up information. That's why they wouldn't give it up.
Yeah.
Because people like me
So unless
or
people
the
are willing to
whales will
post
just go and
every single
destroy
battle
people.
report, like there's no way to get that info, unfortunately.
They're protecting their farmers. Like they say, farm lives matter.
So
well, I mean, I would assume that it agitates the relationship inside of the nation for them not to know the information, and obviously the responsible ones are trying to find the issues so they can deal with it. But I guess it makes sense that they don't want that information published, or they don't want that information like where they can point fingers and
Yeah, because most people are going to err on the side of caution, right? When you don't have that info, it's like, okay, we saw you reinforce during frenzy, and 99% of the time you're giving up points, right? But like, if we don't have that information we're just going to start an argument that says, we saw this happen, post the report, and they're going to say no. And it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Just burn you every time we see you reinforce? Like, some people will say yes to that, but
Remember, Camel makes money off civil wars.
So
Yeah,
my
that's right.
question is this, and I think I did. I talked to you on the side a couple days ago about it. Let me put up the commanders. If we had some way to look at the enemy nation, like the hives and where they're located, I personally would pay for that. I really would.
Well, we have guys that do that. We have guys that will go through and just research the snot out of it, create cities in their nation, and they'll even like have ghost cities, and they'll port inside of the hive, so that way they'll occupy a spot, and then they'll remove the spot.
I understand that, but like now, it takes like 3 hours to make a city.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
So I will say, since Woody is a supporter of mine, technically, like with all of the visibility he's given to me, I did create a new role, and it's called supporter. It has a bit more access than nation admin. If you contact me, there's some information on the homepage about how to support me. If you do support me, let me know on Discord, and I can try and help you out. So Woody has some additional access right now, and I did help him map his void opponent for this weekend. I think it's 767.
Yeah.
So if Woody goes to the map right now, he can see 767, and he also has access to the compare page, which he can view 767 versus 736. So if you say show controls right now, Woody, and you go to 767.
Okay.
So normal users don't have access to this little drop down, but supporters would, and I can help you out. So just zoom out, Woody, and you'll see.
Which one do I hit?
You're good. You're already in there. Just zoom out.
I got a question about trying to analyze who's giving up points. While it might not be perfect, could you look at if you could scrape the BPs before and after Void and then compare it to the number of points they score during Void as a kind of ratio? It'd be hard to do it for players outside the top 100, but you could do it at least for all the players in your alliance.
Recruit are losing BP.
Yeah,
so they'll go up, they'll try to hurry up and recruit real quickly to hide it, to mask it.
Guys, so this is what, like, the end game stuff. After you do all that stuff, so you know where all the alliances are, you know where the territory is, you know where all the farms are, so on and so forth.
And once you do this, so if you do map out the elite mines and benefit buildings, even if you have territory set up, Woody, if you say show control, so I have a feature called plans. So if you create a new plan, that blue button.
Not a new plan.
Yeah, and you can create a plan based on what you've documented. So call this like merger plan 2 or something, just a name, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then, so if you create a normal plan without that checkbox, it will copy everything, just in case you want to, in case you want to test something out. But if you create a merge plan by checking that box, just above,
right there.
Yeah, and then hit create. It takes a second, so just let it load. Sorry, I don't have loading bars or spinners or whatever. But what this will do is, this will basically copy your map the way that it will be after a merge. So it keeps all of the benefit buildings and the elite mines and any of the dead space, which is those black squares you can't place stuff on. And so this will let you then go and place stuff on your map the way and plan for a merger. So in case you want to document your territory today, you still have the option to, create a plan like this so that you can prepare for a merger in the future.
I like that. I like that because 9 times out of 10 after a merger. Now there has been cases to where someone picked a certain benefit building, and after the merger, it's completely different on both ends. So I mean, if that's the case, you have to mess around with it. But
Yeah, I asked Camel about that. They said that it will. They actually did confirm, at least I know VIP is 50-50 in terms of how reliable they are, but they did say elite mines and benefit buildings should stay the same. I did hear from other people that sometimes they changed, which was very surprising to me. But hopefully it doesn't for your nation if you do end up documenting it this way.
yeah, because that'd be easy, way easier to just like locate everything and have a plan how to get there and how long it's going to take, and you can
Yeah,
literally
because you can waste a ton of flags if you just do it live, and then you're wasting gold and alliance points and stuff like that. So
yeah.
hopefully, if you map it out like this, and it does, you got to decide on the nation that you are picking, so you don't waste time mapping out both nations. But
I really like this. And another concern is I know after you left the last time, the concern is like, every dog has their day, to where they're like, okay, well, we're done at the game, so on and so forth. So if people really like um want to use this, how is there a promise or some kind of like thing for, say, if there's the day is you, and you decide that you're no longer going to do the game? Is there a possibility that where they can still use this even after you decide to quit the game?
I mean, yeah, it's not connected. Like, obviously, I do a lot of work on it because I like the game, but I have all the code. It's not the most difficult to run. Like, if there's other developers who wanted to kind of take it over and stuff,
Okay.
obviously, we would probably need to work out something about that because I put a lot of work into it. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I don't have any plans at this point
The
in terms of
reason,
leaving.
right? Well, the
But
reason why
even if I did, I'd probably still maintain it for a
right,
while unless somebody did want to take it over.
right, and the only reason I say that is because like Lumberg, he didn't have like this, but he had different sheets and stuff like that that
Yeah,
people
that are now like they can get out of date. Even like
yeah.
Enox's stuff, right? Like his calculators and all this stuff. If he just stops updating it, then you lose a lot of value. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest fear, because it's happened many times to other people that they totally 100% invested into something like this, and then the player just leaves. So if you're saying that you would stick around and just or hand it over to someone else, on different terms, that would be that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And I think people are going to like these newer nations that are merging. I think that they're going to really try to get into this, because it's going to take time, but if you get 50 people working on the same map, like for say if I put something here, it shows, but if someone else puts something over here, it shows again, because you're all linked to the same nation. So
Yeah, like if you zoom into like anywhere, I
yeah,
can go put something in,
so
and it will show.
yeah, each alliance can create their own thing and see how it works. That's, for me, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's go back to my nation. I don't want to give your nation out too much.
Oh, it's okay. Everyone's seen it a lot at this point, I think.
But people that want it, before I go to sleep, I put it in it's under Woody announcements, and you can register it and contact Clay. I put his name too, so you can just click on him and just jump aboard, I guess. I'm going to close that out. I don't know how many people are going to use it or not, but I know I will be. I know I will be. I know quite a bit of people. Let me ask you, since the last live, have you been getting overwhelmed with a bunch of people asking?
Uh, not overwhelmed, but a lot of requests. Yeah, I scraped a lot of people's data. I have a bit of a queue right now. If anyone wants their nation commanders and alliances scraped, I don't mind. I generally do the top 3 for people. Yeah, I think probably 40 new nation admins and a lot of people who maybe signed up but didn't reach out yet.
Right.
So yeah,
right.
I really appreciate the visibility too.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. It's a better link versus they're like, well, now what? So This is a picture of the head of state for people who don't know.
Is it only for computers?
It works on mobile. It's a little tough to do on mobile. I have had some reports of issues with like Windows laptops because the trackpad's a little weird. But if you use a computer with a mouse, it will work just fine.
Okay.
And it works on the phone, but it's obvious. It's a bit cumbersome to do on the phone, I would say.
Yeah, you gotta like blow it up and stuff like that. Yeah, I was looking it through my phone too, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this.
Yeah, it works, but it's not great.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show the best part. Fuck. Go back in there. I'm still in there. We'll go to maps. So when you want to put some new coordinates in there, let's just say 756, 300. It'll tell you to go. It's right there. Like, oh, it was there.
Yeah, if you just zoom in, it will show you the grid. So the little thing disappears, but it centers you right on those coordinates.
Yeah. So we'll hit go again. And you can literally just put what you want, or like whatever city, flag, whatever it is right there. But yeah, you'll be going back from the game to this, back to the game to this, so on and so forth to get the coordinates. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you do it on PC, the best thing to do is, put them side by side. And then, like, if you're placing people's cities and stuff, you can just click on their city from the game, like, click on their commander profile and copy their name. And then you can either create them as a commander or.
Yeah, like this.
This would have been very useful a couple of years ago when all these people were hiding from me. There's people that used to hide around the map. This would have been very useful. Then people would just found them, locate them, and then just burn them.
Well, I mean,
when he opens the game is to click on the shop.
You still do the same things.
But I mean, this will better, navigate you in case there is like also a shit talker in your nation. You can't find him, but he's in nation chat, just freaking going wild. Just saying.
What's that? Say that again?
What's that?
What did you say?
I said this will also help. Say if you got a shit talker in your nation chat,
Yeah.
and you can't find him,
Yeah.
but you already have his city located, and he's just talking nasty shit.
Yeah.
Well, you already know where he is. Just sneak up behind him while he's not looking. You know what I mean? But yeah,
that's a good thing. I think for me, if we ever get a merge, not when, if we get a merge, then I'll look into it. But honestly, I probably wouldn't do it myself. I'll probably get other people to do it because I think I've come to a point where I think the next merge I've decided the next merge, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let other people take control and let other people decide what they want to do. I'm just going to sit back and watch. Because the moment I open my mouth, people just don't want to fucking, why him? He's such a dictator, blah, blah, blah. So, all right, fine. You lot do the merge without me then.
You're a dictator, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're a dictator.
I'm a tyrant. I'm a dictator. I ruin the fun. I'm always to blame. Anything and everything's always my fault.
Well, if anyone wants someone to burn some parts of your nation down,
It's like that player quit the game. Oh, it's his fault. How did I make him quit? It wasn't me.
yeah, he didn't follow rules.
No, trust me. There's people who leave the game, but apparently they leave the game because it's me, not because they're fed up with the game.
Well, someone's gotta get blamed for it. Might as well be you.
Yep. Have you played these events? I haven't played any events for the last 2 days. I haven't even logged in by Iron Blood. I think I missed 2 of them. There's one more round. I'm just thinking, shall I play or shall I not? I probably won't play.
Dude. It's the merit. Nah, I ain't going in.
I know. I was supposed to log in and get the mirror, and I forgot. I was like, if I log in tomorrow, I want to log in later, and I don't know. It really depends if Needler or pays or someone hits me and pisses me off. Because, the worst part of it is, when you go in to get your merit and you're just like, let me just kill a couple of people, get some points, and get out.
It never ever
No,
turns out that
no,
way.
but the thing, no, it does. Like when you're a very high BPC, it's all right. But you just think I'll go in, I'll hit about 5 or 6 people, and then it's all right. But then before you can do the 5 or 6 people, someone goes and sends all troops to your city and just completely just annihilates all of them, and you're like, well, now I've got to heal, and now because you've made me heal, I'm gonna come after you.
That's what I mean. Like you just walk in there and
Yeah, Needler,
it never
Needler
goes the
done
way
that
you
to me.
think it is.
Mate, I went in to play just for a couple of minutes, and then Needler decided to hit me with all his troops and pissed me off. So I was like, fine. I went after him. Well, I couldn't find him. And then I healed, and I was going to play again. And then he hit me again with all troops. And I was like, bro, you taking the piss. Like, I've just healed so I can kill a couple of cities, and you just literally taken out 50% of my troops again. So then it was just a whole battle, me and him just chasing each other down the whole game.
Now let me ask, did you learn a lesson?
Yeah, I learned he learned the lesson. Don't fuck around with me because I went and effed him up a couple of times, and then he learned, and then he actually decided to go back to his clan and stay next to his clan because he thought they were gonna protect him. I still fucked him up when he went there as well. So you know, the moral of the story is, bro, look, if I'm on there, I'm not attacking you. Don't attack me because the moment you attack me in Ironblood, I will come after you. I don't care. I'll spend all the money I need to spend to kill you. Just don't f me. Don't annoy me. But Paze is a different thing. Paze is just like a beast. That guy come after you, you have to run.
Yeah, you do.
But I've not, a lot of these older guys, have you heard like Cookie and them? Have they quit or are they still around?
I honestly don't know. Honestly, I
I've
really
not
don't
heard
know.
about them for a long time.
I honestly do not know. But
Hmm.
if they are still around, I mean, they're gonna still be in the same nation. As a
Well, well, they're 30, aren't they? No, we play 52 for Void, so we'll see how many of them in 52 are active.
yeah,
That'll
I
be,
heard.
that's definitely gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, most likely. But I do need to get to sleep. So,
Oh yeah, you just done a late one, didn't you? That's why. All right, cool. Go to sleep,
and
buddy.
as soon as I get off work tomorrow, I'm heading down to Missouri. So, I won't be live. Uh, maybe after Void at nighttime if I get home in time. But yeah.
Hey, can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
Is there a video on Head of State?
They're the head of state or the ancient battlegrounds no longer there. So head of state.
Yeah, because you saw that. You said that, but I mean, I shared the video with the Asian battleground,
Mhm.
but then when I heard you say that they took it out, I was like, oh, okay. And then now I'm looking at Head of State, going, okay, well, what's this all about?
So head of state is like this. You got Void, Frenzy, Void. All right. You got 8 nations in here battling out for first place. Okay. So these in the next 3 rounds, Void, Frenzy, Void, these are your opponents. So these are who you were going up against. It's not going to change. Like for say you're 882 and you win and you beat 885, and let's say 886 wins, you might be fighting 886 during frenzy, and then whoever has the most wins, obviously at the end, and round 3 probably going to be highest versus highest, and then whoever wins that gets the rewards. It's like a tournament between 8
It's
people.
like a tournament of Frenzy and Void.
Correct.
Got it.
And they used
Okay.
to have
And then
that.
I'm assuming
They used to have the ancient battlegrounds, but that got removed from the game because too many people cried. Sucks because I really wanted to play it. Anyways, is there any other question you have about it? There's people in here that has played it. No. All right.
sounds like it's just a category of like you escalate into this top quartile and you just like tournament style Void basically.
Yeah, it's the strongest commander with a ribbon on it.
And when does this come out? Because I haven't seen it. Like where we could see who we're bracketed against.
It's still in testing mode, beta mode. But I have noticed that there are different nations that are this round, this season, or whatever you want to call it, they're in it, and the older ones are not that were in it last season. So maybe it's just going to be drop for certain nations at a certain time. Like maybe next season you might get it, and then next season I don't get it, but the season after that I get it, and the next season you don't get it. You know what I mean? it's still in beta mode.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Anyone else have a question before we end this and I go to bed? All right. All right then. I wish
Thanks,
all the
Woody, as
people.
always.
No problem. I wish everyone is getting voids or getting their merger. I hope you guys the best. Try to make it work.